Hey everybody, this is Way to Fail, back with more Scrolls, and today I am in my 5th Judgment match with my energy deck here. It is me versus Que 2013. Not sure how you pronounce that, but I'm just going to say Que or KW or 2013. But regardless, he is playing Order, I am playing my energy deck, and we're just going to be starting here kind of the same way we usually do, of just sacrificing our spells early, trying to get a few little things out. The State Machine could be pretty nice against Order. It just depends here. I'm not super sold on this starting hand. I want the State Machine out. I'm a little worried about his early game, especially if he can get a Wings Captain out quickly, because I have a feeling that's the sauce that's going to be coming to me. So there's a Winged Soldier right away. Definitely not the friendliest welcomer here. Law Memorial is interesting, but I don't really want to show my splash here yet. But you know what? That could make him think a little bit. So let's get rid of the Siege Cracker. Let's go ahead and just put a Law Memorial up. Just say, we're going to protect this middle idol, and I have some order. So now at least if I get a Blessing of Haste, I guess I can use it. So I'll get a State Machine out next turn, or a Storm Runner, depending on the circumstances. He's playing Order-Decay. So that is fascinating. I get a Blessing of Haste immediately. I'm going to hold on to that card for dear life. I could Inferno Blast here and make things happen. Probably, let's see here. Well, State Machine's pretty good. It's going to deter some of what drops. Oh god, these are all cards that I really want. I will get rid of Inferno Blast for now. I will find more direct damage in the coming turns. So let's get a State Machine down here. Kind of tucked away in the corner. And the purpose of that is just to soften up anything that he might drop early, because I'm expecting some tiny drops of Decay here if he's going for Decay this fast. So there's a Kabonk. So there we go. Kabonk still gives some card draw. It's two resources, same as always. Very effective card for flipping things around here. And maybe I should have used the opportunity to kill this Winged Soldier when I had the chance, but that's my mistake. Alright, so Ether Pump is pretty nice. Blessing of Haste is probably not going to do me a ton of good right now. So we shall actually ditch it. Ditch it, I guess. Yeah, let's ditch it. You know what? Fuck it. Alright, so first thing we want, Ether Pump down here. Now, first thing I want is a Storm Runner right here. And I can drop the Ether Pump to possibly protect it. He can kill it, is the thing, if I don't protect it. But you know what? Let's try it. Let's go for the glory here. At least want to be able to deter him, possibly force him. If he has a Blessing of Haste, good job to you, Que. You have taken out my Storm Runner. I really hope he doesn't have a Blessing of Haste. But this is probably where he does. I think Blessing of Haste is a common too. If it's an uncommon, I don't know. But right now, we'll see. Okay, so he's trying to dodge, which is fine. 2 Ether Pumps are pretty nice. So what we're going to do here is just... So if I move you down here, that's going to pin some stuff. So we'll play this Ether Pump. It's going to take some damage. And we'll get a Charge Coil and an Automata Forge out of that. I will take that trade. So right away, that guy is hurting. And I don't think he can actually move to avoid death at this point. So it's probably better for him to stay next to a Scavenger Construct. We shall see. Once again, he's not playing creatures because the State Machine is still out. If he has a focus, he can kill it. But I don't know what's going on here. At least trying to make something work. Softening that up could work. Or even better, using Uneasy Alliance to kill it could work. I don't entirely know how I feel about that play because the guy is going to die regardless. But we'll... you know what, I'm not gonna blame him for doing that. I do get a Violent Dispersal, which is pretty good. I'm gonna drop the... Let's see here. We're going to drop the beats up here. Put the Automata Forge. You want that out as soon as you can get it. Put the Gravelock Raider. I'm actually going to keep the Gravelock Raider right here, just in case there's any creature shenanigans, and I can kind of shield him down here, as weird as that feels. So I still get a Violent Dispersal, which I'm going to hold on to. I do want to play the Charge Coil. That Scavenger Construct, not really feeling it too much. Hello, spectator. I do not know who's spectating me right now, but it is somebody. Well, we'll see what happens. So we are just a few rounds in, round 7. I have a lot on the board, but not really a lot of ways to hurt idols, which is kind of how these games go. And it gets 1 damage from the State Machine, which is now gone. I get an Inferno Blast, which is pretty nice. But isn't nice enough. I guess I'm going to get rid of the Violent Dispersal. Actually, yeah, you know what? My gut tells me to hold on to the Violent Dispersal. I'm going to get rid of the Charge Coil. There we go. That's what I like to see. Okay, so what's going to happen now is we're going to move these guys up. And I can drop the Copper Automaton back here to put added pressure. I'd love to Inferno Blast, but that doesn't really do me a lot of great things. So we're going to drop a Crossbowman down here. We're going to pump. Yay, I remembered to use my 3 energy. And we're going to wait on the Inferno Blast and see what happens here, because it is possible for me to wreck all of this because of the State Machine's extra damage. Let me move my can of drink. So right now I've got a lot of pressure on the middle of the board. That's what I want. I'm getting a lot of elimination early. Wing Shield. Well, that is a interesting piece of business there. Alright, so the question is, the Wing Shield does not mean this thing dies. But what I do want to do is first off Inferno Blast here. I don't really need the Dust Runner right now, so we're going to sack that. Get a second Copper Automaton, which is nice, but I don't really need it at this point. So what's going to happen when this damage resolves here? This guy's going to die, this guy's going to die, so I can go wee and get some idle damage. And we'll just go ahead and drop this up here. He doesn't have anything, I think. We'll watch out for the poison that could be coming. But yeah, I'm going to hold on to the Copper Automaton for now. Don't really need it right now, right away. Unless I really just want to put it in front and screw up his day. But the only thing that's going to survive... Actually, I think this may be a board clear. I may not be able to math very well. Math has not been my strength. So board clear against Quay. Round 9. So I am in good shape here. He's going to have to come back from this just a little bit. There's a Languid on the Storm Runner. There is... Oh, he's playing 3 colors. Or at least he has this kind of memorial. Alright, so I am in better shape here. You are now a chump blocker. Ether Pump. We're going to keep the direct damage here. You know what, let's get one more resource. Okay, well first off, let's move you down. Let's get one more resource. Don't really need the Copper Automaton. I like the more reliable spark damage. So right away, better shape here. Going pretty well. But it's round 10 and he has a lot of resources. He has some cards. He's not out of this yet. But I've just got to watch. I got to watch it a little bit here. So Magnetizer. Magnetizer is fascinating. Very fascinating play here. And the reason I say fascinating is just because, alright, it's going to slow down my Ether Pump here. Now what I can do is take out his Ilmire Rod Eater and save the spark for the Magnetizer. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't feel like I need more than one Automata Forge right now. I don't really feel like I need a Destroyer very much either. So, oh well. I guess we shall just move down here. And let's just pump. So we'll pump up the jams, get out another guy. He's asking, nope. And let's see, I guess I'm just going to save resources right now. Don't have anything else to sack. So we'll just do some business here. Take that out. So he is 4-0 with this deck right now, but it seems like I've gotten some good draws earlier. At least I think he's telling me he's 4-0. We'll see. Alright, so Quay, what you got for me? That's a really nice Magnetizer play right there. I do like that. Kabonk on the Crossbowman. Well, I guess there's not too many Kabonk options here. And now we just get into business just a little bit here. Spark on you. Blast Strike. You know what? The Destroyer is what's not necessary right now. So I can play a Zealot. And you know what? I am just gonna start saving this and pump again. We'll see if we can get some energy in this next turn, because I probably don't need the Blast Strike. Just want to keep pressure on the Tethered Recruit. And we're going to keep this guy back here just to keep him safe, because he only does have 1 health left. So let's see here. My Order Splash has served me pretty well. There's a second Kabonk, so some card draw as well. Not terrible by any stretch of the imagination. His tethered recruit is going to die and give him one more order. I'm curious about what he can do with that order. I am holding on to my Violent Dispersal and Copper Automaton for dear life. But right now, I'm actually out-creaturing the Decay Order Growth player, and that just doesn't feel normal to me. So I guess the other question is, do I let him do a few damage to my Ether Pump, or do I give him one order? Because there's a lot of things that happen with order when you get to four order here. I'm just not sure what the plan is at this point. I mean, I kind of want to be able to use Blast Strike or something, but the Dust Runner's coming out next turn for sure. We'll just have to see what other card he gets here. So we're down to 30 seconds. Quay having to think quite a bit here. I don't think he's had anything else to say. Eager Scryer. Okay, so Eager Scryer, very fascinating card that attacks every single turn. So we are definitely going to have to deal with that. And Blessing of Haste as well. So now my Ether Pump is in shit city, if you will. But I do get a Metal Wonder, which is great. Yeah, so this is what we're going to do. We are... The Blast Strike, let's see here, is deals 1 damage to every adjacent unit. So that's not really going to matter very much. Let us instead go ahead and... See, I can't play everything in one go. We're going to sack for this. Inferno Blast is pretty good, but not necessary at this point. We're going to drop a Metal Wonder up here. We are going to Copper Automaton over here. And I'll just give him more order and see what happens. It may be better to Dust Runner, but I want a Copper Automaton to at least do the deterrence thing. I do have 2 Inferno Blasts if necessary. And I can sacrifice this guy for damage next turn. So we'll see what goes on. For now, I am spamming my board. I think I made the right call not going for multiple automatons. He does have 4 order now, so that's a little bit of a problem. But he's got to do something to protect his Eager Scryer, or it's going to get roasted in some way, shape, or form. So this is probably the strongest I've done by round 13 here. But this is a 4/4 Decay Order with some growth. Like I said, I'm a little curious about what the growth is. If it's a Crimson Bull, then my stuff's dying, but don't know. Maybe he just picked up that card just to screw with people. I don't know. There's the Harvester. That is why we save the Violent Dispersal. Woodland Memorial as well, and is he gonna move something back behind it? Okay, so he is just going balls out here. All right, I can play that game. So we are not going to be violently dispersing this turn. If the Harvester goes, I guess it goes. But you know what? I may not even have to worry about that, because if I do this twice and the Ether Pump goes off, because the Ether Pump's going to go off first, I don't even need to worry about that, do I? Okay, so we're going to save the Siege Cracker for next turn. We're going to go to 6 here. I'm gonna play this kind of fancy here. Alright, so sacrifice on you. You know what? I don't even really need to do that, do I? We'll do sacrifice on you. Inferno Blast ×2. And let's see if the Ether Pump's going to go first. Yes, it will. Boom. Shakalaka. I didn't even need to sacrifice that guy, so there we go. Whew. Board clear again. Not too bad. Did not even need to use the Violent Dispersal, so that's got to be demoralizing for Quay here. I did get a lucky start. That's kind of true. I got the cards when I need them there. So Violent Dispersal. You know it's not a good thing when you're saving your Violent Dispersal for low priority creatures here. We're going to get rid of the Copper Automaton. Second Ether Pump is very useful. We are going to go ahead though and save it for a little bit. Drop you up here and see if we can start making this work. Because I do want the Siege Cracker to start sieging things and making things go, and I didn't pump! Fail energy player. I have 3 energy left. I get too excited. I could have had another automaton there that turn. So I am a bad player who does not deserve to be in this position. There's a Kabonk for the Metal Wonder. Alright, so that thing is dead, more than likely. Unless I really feel like casting Violent Dispersal on it, and I don't. So let's see here. I guess I could, actually, at this stage of the game. Blast Strike's not going to do me a ton. Spark is going to be okay. I mean, it's not a big deal if I have a second ether pump sitting out ready to go, but kind of interesting. How do I want to deal with this mess here? Well, he has shown that he has a harvester. I don't know if he has more than one. I would like this ether pump to actually do something, but it's kind of done its job, to be honest. So let's go ahead and move you down here, because we're just going to deter the shit out of this. And yeah, I'm going to save that spark, which means I don't have enough resources to do otherwise. Kind of a tough call. I'm still really far ahead. Don't like that ether pump dying when it's about to do some damage, but I have enough on the board where if he stays there and kills it, that thing's dead next turn unless he has something to protect it, and I have a Violent Dispersal, and I have a Spark to play with. Unfortunately, this thing is languided, but once again, the Metal Wonder deterring him from casting spells. It's going to keep doing some damage here if he's not careful. I've played that Metal Wonder game before, and it's been pretty scary. So, second Tethered Recruit, a third Tethered Recruit. Oh, man. Okay, so he's going for some ramp cards if I've ever seen it. Alright, so second Siege Cracker, Destroyer, not so great, although that could have been pretty nice to have earlier. Blessing of Haste, there we go, that mixes it up just a little bit. Alright, Metal Heart. Goal number of structures you control. Well, let's start taking out idols first. Because I just wanted to... This is really going to be a deterrence match here. I'm not too concerned about what's going on there. So we get a second Siege Cracker. I do have a Spark. I guess I could have sparked that guy and saved the attack there. Blessing of Haste isn't going to do me too much good until next turn. So we'll save the Metal Heart for that. So let's pump. Kind of weird to not be using the Blessing of Haste yet, but what can you do? So throw you here again. Almost want to just kill that guy, but he doesn't seem to want to die. So that Scavenger Construct is going to be very, very, very happy that it's gotten to eat so much until I blast it into the air. But I may be able to end this game pretty soon. Just depends. Because Violent Dispersal, I could use Violent Dispersal on that and possibly end this game. There's a Curse Monger. That's a better Violent Dispersal target. We'll see what happens here. So I could use the Blessing of Haste on one of these guys, take this out. Violent Dispersal, clear his board. There's a Winged Soldier as well. But I'm glad Quay is sticking around. That's good. I'm glad to see someone not surrendering here towards the very end. But it's going to be kind of close here. So let's see. The play I'm thinking of right now, and this could be really dumb, but what do I do that's not really dumb here? Is I could Violent Dispersal. This wings guy is not going to be doing too much until next turn anyway. So let's go ahead and move you back for the anticipatory move. And yeah, we're gonna let's get rid of the Ether Pump. I have enough damage here. There we go. Copper Automaton. That's something I like to see here. But we're gonna Violent Dispersal this because it's a creature. We are going to try and do... I'd love to have this shifted another way. So I guess we'll go like this. Blessing of Haste. It's not a total board clear, but it is a something clear. So we'll take that. Take that to the bank. And I have a Spark to potentially take out something next turn. And I guess there's a surrender. I mean, if you can just keep taking out the units quite a bit. I appreciate, Quay, you sticking with it, though. That's good. But I was just able to get ahead way too hard. And what do you get? It's just, I don't know. My deck is built for the mid game, I guess you could say, because it takes a lot of setup, but I was able to set up really fast this game, so it was very fortunate on my end. But more importantly, I guess from a personal standpoint, new personal best for Judgment with energy. I know someone's saying, "Rawr, energy's too good." He did 0 idle damage to me, though, which is impressive considering it's decay. But I guess he didn't run any little Darklings either. But there we go. That was I think he said he was 4-0, so I do get my pick of 2 rares. 1,000 gold. I'm rich. And I get to pick 2 cards. What cards are they going to be? Because I don't really run energy. And I'd like to start running energy. But let's see here. 2 Automata Forges could go some ways to that. I really, really, really like the Metal Wonder, too. So, I think some of these cards are going to be easier to buy than others. You know what? Let's get a Metal Wonder. Just because, if anything, I can look at it and say, that was the MVP of this Judgment thing. So, cool. And then let's get an Automata Forge as well. So, plenty of cards that are interesting and affordable. And I get to collect my reward, and there we go. That is Final Judgment. That's how that one works. So, went 4-1 personal best with energy. I'll be playing Judgment some more, and I'm going to be trying a different resource next time just to see kind of how it happens. But for those of you that said I had a decent draft, you were right. There we go. Do I necessarily know how to play energy? Not really. I'm learning. But it was fun to play something different. So that's part of the joy of Judgment, is you get to play with some cards that you don't necessarily get to play with. And now I have some prized little crinkly cards. That's it for now. This is Way to Fail. See you all next time with more Scrolls action.